Hey, how about a show dirt quick hit, real quick, gang? And it's one that actually several viewers have asked us to do, and it's what braid to fluorocarbon knot do we use? And I started with a double uni, a decade and a half ago. Then I went to an Alberto, the crazy Alberto, whatever that is. Then I graduated to what I think is the best knot out there, and that's an FG knot. An FG knot does take a little bit more practice, but whenever you're taping knots, number one, they are very hard to tape, but I'm gonna try to walk you through this exactly how we do it. So what I got right here is a DAIWA rod and reel with 20-pound Seaguar high-vis flash green braid, and I'm gonna put that away from me, okay? I'm gonna put that rod away from me, and basically the whole key is tension on both ends. Tension on the rod, the line coming off the rod, tension on my fluorocarbon. Right here, I've got 8-pound Seaguar AbrazX, and what I'm gonna do is put my foot on the spool. A lot of guys do it different. I've seen guys do it right off of their rod where they tie a loop. This is how I do it, works for me. What I do is create tension on both ends, get just enough to where that fluorocarbon will lay over my braid, okay? Laying over, I just made a loop forward. Now I'm gonna go behind the fluorocarbon, okay? See the tension I'm creating? A loop forward, a loop back, a loop forward, and what I'm gonna do is that 20 times back. If you fast forward this, we're gonna get to 20, and that's where it's gonna be key. 19, 20. Now it's time to lock it in, okay? So what I'm gonna do, so I've got the braid that was in my mouth, I'll cut it smaller, and this is the whole key to this knot. I'm holding all those coils that I was stacking against each other, okay? And here's how to lock it in. You take that braid that was in my mouth, you're gonna put it around the top braid and that fluorocarbon and tie a shoelace knot around both and push it towards the coils, okay? And after you do that one time, where I put that shoelace knot on there, just an overhand knot, go like that, and you see how that fluorocarbon did not slip through? That means the knot is pure, okay? If you ever do that overhand knot, I'm gonna do it again. There's the braid, there's the fluorocarbon. I'm gonna go around it, make a knot, go against the coils 2 times, pull on it again. If that fluorocarbon slips, it means you missed getting that overhand knot around it, because that overhand knot that I just did twice, it locks the knot in, okay? Now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut that braided line, I'm gonna cut that fluorocarbon as close as I want, and I'm gonna tie 2 overhand knots, basically to just cover that fluorocarbon tag that I cut. I just push it right down to it, okay? That's it. Look how pretty that is, right? That is pretty. If you lay that down, actually, if you lay that down right there, that is as pretty as it gets. Yes, sir. And the great thing about that, that knot right there, so strong, so incredibly strong, but it's silent. A lot of the knots I used to tie, when it goes through my guides, it goes, the more that those other knots are hitting those guides, the more that knot is weakening. This one right here slicks right through the guides to where you can literally fish an FG knot almost all day long. So to answer your question that we got online, right there's a really good shot of it. If you practice that FG knot, 20 coils, 2 overhand knots around the braided line and the fluorocarbon, cut the fluorocarbon, and then 2 more overhand knots to lock it in, and you got it.